Alright, Edelbrock carbs. Love them, hate them. Today we're going through one. So, picked up a couple the other day, and looks like this one, is all complete. All the linkages, everything. Still would like to go through it. They're all 600s. This one's missing some linkages, some springs, some gizmometers. And then this one's just like a total basket case. So, but we're going to go through one. I'm not going to go through, how to rehab, find all the little pieces and everything. So we'll just start with the good one, and we'll go from there. All right, start off. Take off all your little linkage pins and stuff. This one pops off for your accelerator pump. Then, good thing about Edelbrock is all you have to do is, you don't have to disassemble the whole thing, because you don't have float bowls and all that stuff. It all just comes off. Yeah, see, take these linkages off, and then the whole top comes off. The base plate and all that, it's not like a Holly, all of it's connected. Then disconnect get all your screws out. Okay, and then separate. Normally it just needs a good whacking, like that. And they don't always come off that easy. Normally this gasket will stick and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so this one isn't in terrible shape, but as you can see from sitting with fuel, with today's fuel, look what's in there. That used to be gas. So that's what we're here to clean out, to make sure that when we go to put this thing on something or to use it, this doesn't plug everything up and it doesn't run like poop. Okay. Float bowl, needle, and then your seat. And then with this side, needle. This actually still looks like it has good rubber on it. So what I'm going to do is, this thing looks like hell. It had a couple backfires or something. Look at that. All that soot. Either had a small fire in there or a couple backfires or something. But yeah, so this looks good. So I'm actually going to try to reuse that, because that's how I roll. But the rest of that, that's good. That's taken down to my liking. The rest will just get quick spray down. And then this, take apart. One, I got to put it in you. Take out our boosters. And your accelerator pump. Cap. Works good. Old rifle cleaning kit. Get you some of this stuff. Look at that. Look at that action. Look at that. Just look at that. 12 gauge, 9mm. Bam, bam, bam. Get all this stuff out. Plow, plow, plow. Little gasoline. Little plickety plow, plickety plow. Look at that. Look at that. It slips and slides. Ideally, you'd use carb and throttle body cleaner, but I don't have that. I got brake cleaner, so you could take these jets out and spray them out, but just something that can blast through there to clean out passages. Check your jets, primaries, secondaries. That's the important stuff. Idle adjustment screws, accelerator pump. It's coming out of there. Make sure all that stuff's clear. Transfer slots. That's pretty much it. That's the clean body. Like I said, there's still some staining and things in there. I'm not worried about staining, as long as it's not anything that's going to come off and, you know, plug up any ports or passages, anything like that. But yes, that's pretty much the process. I'll give that one more wash just to be sure. But there's that, and then we just need to clean off all this stuff, which is just pretty good wipe down. And that's about it. Make sure you use the dirtiest rag you have in the garage. Accelerator pump. That one's kind of plugged up, ain't it? There we go. That one has actually plugs, so that's a good thing we do that, see? Needle and seat. Again, if you're getting these on a rebuild kit, just replace them, but these will be work just fine. Unless they're like totally wiped out or stuck or heavily corroded, you can reuse them, no problem. No problemo. And that's it. Now you reassemble. Yeah. Accelerator pump weight. Accelerator pump, we're using the old gasket. Because that's how I roll. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. One needle in the seat. Two needles in the seat. Want these floats to be, the bottom of these when they're seating, to be flat with this, or parallel, so that you don't want them to be like this or like bent down. You want them to just be flat. That's how you set your float level pretty much on these. And that is about it. Now you can slap her back together. Like I said, we're reusing this gasket because it's still in pretty good shape. It didn't tear when it came out, and I'm cheap. Even though I just bought a 5-pack, we don't need it. At least we'll find out if we don't need it. And then we're going to test this accelerator pump too. So let's fill her up with fuel. Actually, we'll do that when it's on. We'll fill her up with gas. Test that accelerator pump so we know if we need to change or not. I don't think I do. Now this is the hardest part, is because these metering rods here need to fit right down in the jet. So you can sit here and or they can be finicky. You can sit here and fiddle around with it, jiggle it back and forth, try to get it on there just lined up right, and you can get it. You can keep trying. But easiest thing to do, break those loose, turn them off to the side here like that, so that you can get them to come like this, come out. That way you can get it to go in its place. Helps if you put the boosters back on the right side. See? Tells you how much I know about Edelbrocks. I'm trying to show people how to do it. Can't even get them back in on the right hole. Or on the right side. Alright. Now, it'll fall right into place, make sure it's all flat. And then you can fiddle with these. Just jiggle them a little bit. There you go, until they fall down, hold them down. Push the lid down, and then screw them into place. Look at this one. You just bounce it around a little bit, jiggle, 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 till it goes right, finds its home. There we go. Shouldn't force it at all. If you have to force it, it's not right. Okay, and then you can start putting some screws in. Screw, screw. Screw, screw. Screw, screw, and screw. Okay, then your linkages. That's not right, is it? No, that's the wrong one. Oopsie. Oh, there it is. Good, we didn't lose that. Accelerator pump right in the middle or wherever you want it. Middle's just the easy one, or the average one. And then your secondaries here. I'd be able to do it with just your fingers, but my fingers are too big. There you go. Already hooked up on my secondaries. Accelerator pump working. Let's reset our throttle position. Idle speed anyway. Let's go. What is that resting on? Something's interfering. Oh, here it is. Choke thingy. Okay, I'll run this in. Again, that transfer slot should be about a square, which they say is like, if I remember right, it's like just touching and then 3/4 of a turn, right? Let's see. And does it make contact? Okay, so that's touching. Let's see. Half and 3/4, and it's just not quite there. So about 1 turn in on this one anyway. So yeah, and that's about a square, and that's your and then these are idle, your fuel mixture screws. I have those about 1.5 turns out. That's what it is for Holly. I don't know, I can't remember what it is for an Edelbrock. Oh, that's a good starting point. And there you have it. So now we're going to slap it on the engine over here and go through it and see, tune it out and see how she runs. Well, actually, first let's just put some fuel in it. Test the accelerator pump. So these are the float bowl vents. Okay. Give her a few pumps here. And there we have it. Let's see if we can't get you a shot of this. So we're looking right here. That's your accelerator pump. And then the discharge nozzle, secondary discharge nozzle. Let's turn this on. There we go. Ready? See if we can't do this. See that? Squirt, squirt. Sorry, it's hard to see. I'm holding a tripod on with a phone on it. And there we go. That's it. Now let's slap it on there. See if we can make something happen here. Let's go. All right, let's turn the fuel on. See if you can't hear it fill up with fuel. Squirting. All right, let's get some live action here, see what happens. Okay, ready? What I was doing by pulling this vacuum plug off is introducing more air. And if it ran better, then that means that it needed more air and less fuel. Because I'm leaning out the mixture by doing that. So that's an easy way to tell, your air to fuel ratio, let's say, or what the engine wants, or if it has too much. You introduce you could either squirt more fuel in, and if it bogs down or idles up, then you know, okay, it needs more fuel. Or just by pulling this plug, then I knew that right away, by pulling that and it idled up, it needed less fuel. So I turned in the screws a little bit. So this carb's already running better than that other one. That one I already knew needed gone through because, well, I hadn't rebuilt it in I don't know how long. And some of the pass-through plug, because I had to have this thing like 3 turns in to where it just pretty much eliminated the idle circuit to get it to run. Now this thing's running right off of that. I only turned in another 1/4 of an inch or 1/4 of a turn, and then just adjusted the idle from there. So there, that's a success. Here we go. Let's try it again. Right out. Now this engine doesn't run that well. It actually, it sounds choppy and stuff like that. It sounds good, but it's actually just runs like poop. It has an intermittent miss. Ooh, I definitely say it's number 2 because I can put my hand on here for a second. These other ones, I can't even barely keep my hand on. Yeah, so number 2 is still missing, and that's the one that had water in it. So it probably has some hanging up valves or the not making a complete seal. So it's definitely missing. So it has a miss, and that's why it's not running so good. It would run. It'd be better to try out. It'd be a lot better to test carbs on an engine that has actually running good prior to that. But it's already running better with this carb, so that's a success. Carburetor rebuild. And that, my friends, is how to clean up your carb, rebuild it, whatever you want to call it, on the cheap for pretty much free. I didn't cost me a dime. I didn't, other than buying the carb, it didn't cost me a dime to just go through that because I reused all the gaskets and just used gasoline and brake clean that I already had sitting around to clean it, and some wire brushes, and there you go. That's how you refresh your Edelbrock carburetor. Tune in next week, or catch you next time. Catch you on the flip side.